Good evening and welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club's Monday evening transmission of Amateur Radio Newsline. My name is Russ and my call is KD8VYT. But for this presentation of Newsline, I will be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. Without further ado, this is Amateur Radio Newsline.
Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2500 with a release date of Friday, September 26, 2025 to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. A California club helps hams replace wildfire losses. The Sable Island DXpedition announces its dates, and our special report about a nationwide push to gain federal protection for U.S. ham radio antennas. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2500 marks nearly 50 years of ARN bringing you the stories behind the headlines.
From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's first independent, on-the-air news and bulletin service. Now, reporting from Wadsworth, Ohio, Stephen Kinford, N8WB.
We begin this week with a special report. Hams are raising their voices in this latest and perhaps largest effort to date to get a law passed in Washington, D.C. to exempt their antennas from restrictions imposed by homeowner associations and restrictive covenants. There is a lot at stake as lawmakers consider, once again, the Amateur Radio Emergency Preparedness Act. Kent Peterson, KC0DGY, has this report.
Momentum has been gathering among amateur radio clubs, advocates, and influencers to muster vocal support for two measures that would remove restrictions placed on ham radio antennas by a growing number of homeowner associations around the U.S. At the helm of the grassroots campaign is the ARRL, the National Amateur Radio Association, which formally kicked off the nationwide push on the 17th of September to bolster the chances of passage at long last this year. The bills were introduced earlier this year in both the Senate and the House of Representatives. Previous versions have died in other sessions. Through the years, opponents of such measures have declared that these restrictions are vital to preserving the value of homeowners' investments in their properties and retaining the aesthetics of a community. Amateurs maintain they are seeking the same consideration given to TV antennas and satellite dishes under a federal law known as the Over-the-Air Reception Devices Rule, protecting TV, broadband, and direct satellite reception. The measures before Congress would enable hams to provide life-saving communications if disaster should strike. In the meantime, many hams have resorted to attic installations, stealth antennas, and other compromises. The measure introduces H.R. 1094 and S. 459 are the latest versions under consideration. The Texas Ham Political Action Committee is working with the ARRL to provide amateurs access with pre-written letters addressed to lawmakers representing each region. The website generates the messages and delivers them electronically. ARRL newsletters, club websites, social media platforms, and blogs have been directing hams to the online tool and urging them to respond. The Texas Ham PAC says on its site, quote, "This site and the services is provided as a donation to the ARRL and its legislative program by the Texas Ham PAC," end quote. You can find a link in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. Influencers taking on high-profile advocacy roles include Thomas Witherspoon, K4SWL, who hosts the well-read QRPer website for low-power and portable ops. Noting that his home in western North Carolina is not in an HOA, Thomas said this is everyone's battle regardless. He wrote that even in the midst of what he called an apocalyptic communication failure during Hurricane Helene last year, his modest home antenna was able to connect his family to a life-saving repeater on Mount Mitchell, letting him talk to emergency nets and local EOCs. Thomas wrote, quote, "Even if, like me, you're a low-profile ham who doesn't live in an HOA or restrictive community, there's a real reason we should all have the right to install even modest antennas at home," end quote. This is Kent Peterson, KC0DGY.
No, you can't always predict the weather, but you can stay ahead of any major changes by listening to the radio. And that's just what one ham club in Kentucky is helping local residents learn to do. Dan DeSalvo, W9TXJ, picks up the story from here.
Autumn weather can be very tricky in the part of Kentucky that the Princeton Ham Radio Club, W4KBL, calls home. Area residents who rely on weather radios, the ones that receive alerts and warnings from the National Weather Service, often say those receivers can be tricky too. Sam Gray, KJ4TYE, the club's vice president and weather coordinator, said that's what's inspired members to host a weather radio session recently. They showed local residents how to program their radios properly so they don't miss relevant weather watches and warnings in and around Caldwell County. Sam told Newsline in an email, quote, "I have heard many people complain about the weather radio going all the time for counties not close to them," end quote. He said those radios ultimately get unplugged and put into storage. When a disaster strikes, they have no warnings. That changed on Saturday, the 20th of September, when club members greeted radio owners inside the EOC to demonstrate how to properly program those radios so they receive alerts relevant to their specific county. Sam said the club, which is heavily involved in weather spotting, knows the value of these kinds of alerts, but also knows that radios, like many products these days, don't necessarily come with clear programming instructions in the box. Sam said he encourages other clubs to reach out in their own communities to people confounded by the programming instructions and help them to receive the right reports. He said, quote, "Receiving alerts and warnings is key to preparing and survival." This is Jen DeSalvo, W9TXJ.
A dozen major manufacturers of amateur radio equipment have just received a special request from AMSAT Sweden on behalf of satellite fans everywhere. Jason Daniels, VK2 LAW, tells us what they're looking for.
Satellite enthusiasts in Sweden are calling on a dozen makers of Japanese and Chinese handheld transceivers to produce radios that have full duplex FM capabilities, enabling users to copy their own downlink while transmitting. In an open letter to the various companies such as Anytone, Kenwood, TYT, Yaesu and Alinko, AMSAT SM said hams are seeking equipment that would permit an operator to transmit and receive at the same time on different bands without any desensing. According to an AMSAT News Service report, an older Kenwood model had that ability, but it has been discontinued and nothing is on the market to replace it. The letter was signed by Lars Thunberg, Sierra Mike Zero Tango Golf Uniform. A copy of it posted on the AMSAT SM website. The AMSAT News Service report said that a handful of the dozen companies responded, and one company, which was not identified, said they were discussing the request. There were no other details available. This is Jason Daniels, VK2 LAW.
The nightmare of last January's wildfires are still burned quite literally into the memories of those in Altadena and the Pacific Palisades who suffered overwhelming personal loss. Ham radio operators in the region, however, are helping other hams restore their shacks and the safety net of communication they provided at the time. Ralph Squillace, KK6ITB, explains.
Rebuilding doesn't always call for brick, mortar, wood, or steel. Hams in the San Fernando Valley Amateur Radio Club, W6SD, are using antennas, coax, power supplies, spare HTs, and base station radios instead. These pieces of vital equipment and others are being donated along with funds to help amateurs in the region refurbish the shacks that kept communication lines open during the Eaton and Palisades fires last winter, the same fires that ultimately destroyed the stations themselves. Club President Richard Franke, N6NCW, told the Los Angeles Times that the hams see the donations and loans as tools to repair the communication safety net so devastated last winter. He's been a part of the club and the community for nearly 50 years and knows that ham radio is about passing along the support so freely given through mentorship, loans, or outright gifts. According to the LA Times article, hams in the region who are still in need of equipment or assistance with their stations can contact the club through their Facebook page or website. The club is, of course, also offering mentorship and training for anyone wanting to join them on the air. This is Ralph Squillace, KK6ITB.
As Newsline marks newscast number 2,500, we extend congratulations across the pond to our colleagues at GB2RS News Service of the Radio Society of Great Britain. Congratulations for marking 70 years of delivering amateur radio news in the UK as of September 25th. Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on Bulletin Station stations around the world, including the AA7WI repeater in Tucson, Arizona, on Fridays at 7 p.m. local time. The expeditioners are preparing for next year's trip to Sable Island, and they finally have a date. Travis Litt, N3ILS, tells us exactly when it's all happening.
The Sable Island CY0S team has announced that their de-expedition has been scheduled for March 19th through to either the 30th or 31st of next year. The operation received its approval this past spring from parks officials in Canada, but the dates in March were not set at the time. The group said that it has been fundraising to cover the higher costs of flights between Halifax, Nova Scotia, and the island, a significant increase, they said, since the 2023 de-expedition. The island is about 300 kilometers or 186 miles east of Halifax. The treeless and windy island, best known for its population of wild horses, is expected to pose a number of challenges during the expedition. The team leaders will be Murray WA4DAN and Glenn W0GJ. Operators will be joined by a number of members of last year's CY9C de-expedition to St. Paul Island, also off the coast of Nova Scotia. This is Travis Lisk, N3ILS.
The UK regulator has proposed changes in the way licenses are granted to certain satellites. We learned from Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
Ofcom is hoping to improve the licensing procedures that were introduced in 2021, covering non-geostationary satellite orbit systems used by businesses, individuals, and other entities, particularly in remote areas. The regulator opened a consultation earlier this month and is seeking comments up to the 18th of November. Having issued 8 such network and 9 gateway licenses for these systems, Ofcom believes it is time to work towards a swifter decision-making process while minimizing the administrative burden on system operators. Ofcom is also looking at enabling the gateways to connect to a broader range of satellite services using both the Q and V bands. The regulator intends to publish its decision early next year. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
In the world of DX, Casimir DL2SBY is on the air as S79/DL2SBY from the Seychelles between the 28th of September and the 12th of October. Listen for him on the HF bands and on 6 meters. See QRZ.com for QSL details. Gurban PG5M will be on the air as A52G from Bhutan, using CW and some FT8 on 40 through 10 meters. Listen for Gurban from the 3rd through the 9th of October. QSL via home call, LOTW, or Club Log OQRS. Marking the 50th anniversary of the independence of Angola, a team of operators using the call sign D2A will be on the air from Ilha do Mosolo, a peninsula of Luanda, between the 17th and 28th of October. They will be calling QRZ on 160 to 6 meters using CW, SSB, RIDI, and other digital modes. QSL via EA7FTR. The Student Amateur Radio Club, LZ1 KDP of the Technical University in Sofia, Bulgaria, is on the air with special event call sign LZ80TUS through the 24th of December. The students are celebrating the university's 80th anniversary. QSL via LZ2JE. Listen for Peter, PC3M, Martin, PA3EYC, Timon, PA3GRM, Mariette, PA4UUS, and Gert, PA2LO, calling QRZ as C5Y from the Gambia from the 23rd to the 29th of October. They will also participate in the CQWWDX SSB contest. The team will operate primarily CW and SSB with occasional use of FT8/FT4. See QRZ.com for QSL details. Our final story this week is a love story. The tale of how one radio amateur with a broken heart is taking steps. 3 miles worth of steps to keep so many others' hearts healthy. Here's Jim Davis, W2JKD, with his story.
When it comes to making a big effort, Eddie Mashevich, KB3YRU, is putting his heart into this one.
He's one of the crowd of many who are stepping off on the 4th of October near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the American Heart Association Heart Walk, while Eddie's fellow club members in the Skyview Amateur Radio Society K3MJW will be on the air as special event station K3H, Kilo 3 Heart. Eddie and his team of hams will be putting their best feet forward in memory of his wife of 28 years, Connie Mashevich, KB3YYC, who became a silent key last March as a result of congenital heart disease. She was known throughout Skywarn as a devoted storm spotter and county net control station. She was also a familiar voice with the Breeze Shooters of Western Pennsylvania Club, which encourages activity on 10 meters. To Eddie, the 3-mile walk he's taking to honor his late wife is the walk of a lifetime. It's also his way to channel his grief into something positive through a public heart health awareness campaign with other hams joining him on the trek. The American Heart Association has designated the event to celebrate survivors of heart disease and stroke. Meanwhile, Eddie has also joined another team, a team of lifesavers, to ensure there can be plenty more survivors in the years to come. He recently became an American Heart Association certified CPR instructor. He told Newsline it's the right thing to do. He's sure of it in his heart. See a link to the walk website in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. I'm Jim Davis, W2JKD.
What? You haven't sent in your ham radio haiku yet? Help is on the way. Visit our website at arnewsline.org, and as you compose your ode to your favorite online activity, we will help you use the correct number of syllables to make an authentic haiku. Submit your work, and then sit back and wait to hear whether you are the winner of this week's challenge. The winner gets a shout-out on our website, where everyone can find the winning haiku. With thanks to Amateur News Daily, American Heart Association, AMSAT News Service, ARRL, David Behar, K7DB, Eddie Mushevich, KB3YRU, DX News, 425 DX Bulletin, FCC, Los Angeles Times, Ofcom, Sable Islands DXpedition website, Samuel Gray, KJ4TYE, shortwaveradio.de, Texas Ham Pack, Wireless Institute of Australia, YouTube, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer, non-profit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscasts, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen E. Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York and our news team worldwide, I'm Stephen Kinford, NAWB in Wadsworth, Ohio, saying 73. As always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2025. Amateur Radio Newsline retains ownership of its material even when retransmitted elsewhere. All rights are reserved.
This concludes our Monday evening transmission of Amateur Radio Newsline. Net to start in about 11 minutes.
W8VPV. Repeater. W8VPV. Repeater. PL110.9.
Good evening, calling all amateur radio operators. Welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Monday night VHF UHF net. My name is John and my call is WO3X, Whiskey Oscar 3 X-ray. However, for the purposes of this net, I'll be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. This is an open directed net. All amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. You do not have to be a club member. All traffic will go through net control, and since emergency traffic may break in at any time, please leave a brief pause between transmissions. The purpose of this net is to bring together all amateur radio operators for the exchanging of amateur-related ideas and information to enhance net operating practices and to keep members up to date about club happenings. This net meets here every Monday evening at 8:30 p.m. local time, preceded by Amateur Radio Newsline at 8:01. We will start with announcements and then ask for any officer or member who has an announcement of general interest to the club. Once that is complete, I'll take check-ins, call signs only 5 at a time, and confirming each call. Then I'll correspond with those 5 and ask for 5 more until the activity slows down, and then I'll go 1 at a time. If you're a regular participant, I'll probably recognize you by call sign. If not, please give your call repeated phonetically, followed by your name and your location. When all check-ins have been worked, I will close the net after repeating the announcements and giving one last call for check-ins. We also operate a band exploration net at 9:30 p.m. after this net. Please join us if you have the privileges and equipment. Since this is a 5th Monday of a month, we will be on a different band and frequency. So we will be on the 17-meter band on or about 18.127 megahertz, upper sideband. Okay, here are the announcements. Let's see here. So the next regular meeting of the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club will be October 8th. And that will be both in person and on Zoom. To attend the meeting in person, go to the Pilgrim United Church which has of Cuyahoga Falls, which has a listed address of 130 Broad Boulevard. But you get to the meeting by going to the parking lot, which is on 2nd Street, south of Broad Boulevard. The entrance to the building is off the corner of the parking lot there. If you can't attend in person, then there will be a link on our webpage for the Zoom meeting. Just go to www.cfarc.org, and that main page there, look on the right side, scroll down to October 8th, and you will see the link for the Zoom meeting. Let's see, and then another announcement. Make your plans for our Christmas dinner. The Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Christmas dinner will be on Wednesday, December 3rd. It seems funny to have it that early in a month, but that was the only day available at the New Era restaurant there, so for that room. So again, December 3rd, and we will meet before 6 and then probably start with the food around 7. Those times can be adjusted accordingly. Let's see, and what else do we have here? So that's all that. Oh yeah. Starting October 5th is a technician license class. It's all online, and it goes for 6 Sundays. So go to www.cfarc.org. Along the top there, click on the word education, and you will see about how to register for that technician license class. And then you'll also see on that page about a general license class. It doesn't have any details yet, but except that it says it's going to start in January 2026. So take this class, get your technician license, then take the general license class in January, starting in January, and get your general license. And then you can participate in activities on all the HF bands. Okay, that's all that I have in the way of announcements at this time. So this is W03X with John at the mic, looking for check-ins for the Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor VHF UHF net. Are there any announcements?
Alpha Charlie 8 X-ray Oscar.
Go ahead, Vince.
It's the end of the month. Time for submissions. If you've got them ready, send them to me. I have a few articles from some of my regulars. Anybody wants to submit anything, the deadline is tomorrow. So get your act together. That's all I have, John. Check me in. I will be clear.
Okay, AC8XO, Vince, I have you checked in, and thanks for that announcement. Are there any other announcements? This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. Okay, I don't hear any more announcements, so I'll start taking check-ins. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor with John W03X at the mic asking for check-ins. I'll take 5 at a time here, and let me acknowledge each call one at a time, and then when we get 5, then we'll go correspond with the first one. Go ahead.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Alpha.
KF8DTA, I have you on the list. We'll get back with you in a moment. Another check-in, please.
K8PU.
K8PU, Larry, good to hear from you. We'll get back with you in a moment here. Another check-in, please.
W8EZT.
WA4WGA. I have WA4WGA, Ray, and W8EZT. And let's see. So one more.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Echo Papa Bravo, Brian in Cuyahoga Falls, KF8EPV.
Okay, Brian, KF8EPB, I have you on the list. We'll get back with you in a moment. KF8 DTA, go ahead with your comments.
KF8 DTA, name is Jeff here, I'm New Franklin, and just wanted to say thank you for running the net. Hoping to join you guys on some of the other bands here shortly, studying for a general. And I figured I took a crack at POTA this last weekend and was able to activate Turkey Foot Park. Had to do it on FT8 because I couldn't get the radio tuned up on single sideband on 10 meter. But that was really exciting. Anyway, back to net control. KF8 DTA.
Okay, Jeff, very good. Sounds like you had fun with POTA activation there. Very good. And using FT8 to top it all off yet. Very good. Study that general class license material and get your general there, and then you can, like today we're going to be on the 17 meter band. You would be able to do that then with that general license. So thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Okay, next is Larry, K8PU. Go ahead, Larry.
Well, everybody on the net, yeah, we missed a event or two here. Linda and I, we seem to pick some lousy times to have a little health issues, or including COVID. For bad luck, we had no luck at all. After all these years, we got the shots and then ended up getting COVID. Oh well, it wasn't that bad, I guess. Anyways, good to hear everybody, and I guess you said 17, I can do that, so I'll catch everybody on 17 at 9:30. So back to you, John, W8VPV, K8PU.
Okay, Larry, very good. Good to hear that you're okay now. So thanks for checking in, and I'll listen for you on 17 meters there. Okay, so that takes us to WA4WGA. Go ahead, Ray, with your comments.
Well, that was interesting. The first time I keyed up, well, actually, I'll tell you the first thing that was interesting. Spanish football on Channel 5. And apparently, even at 1 watt, I'm killing the TV. Which my bunkie is watching the football game, so I'm going to have to be shorter than I was. Let me drop. I have a new reading toy. It holds 46 books. And I'm still trying to work out how this thing runs. And got the passcode to it in. So that's a good start. Now we got to do the rest of it. We'll see how much the social workers over here know about this kind of technology. Wouldn't mind joining you folks on the 3rd, assuming I can find somebody that'll let me drive. Let's see, still working on therapy, so eventually I may be able to walk like a normal person again. Drop. Other than that, same old over here. And, John, you still got a big mouth. Have a good evening, WA4WGA.
Okay, Ray, yeah, very good. There, I cut the mic gain down a little bit. Good luck with that technology stuff. Some of that can get pretty tricky. And the Spanish, whatever that was, that would be on channel 6. Channel 5. Well, I don't know. It depends what system you're on. Yeah, I'm talking about over-the-air antenna. We just get the channels on the designated numbers. It's not cable or anything like that. So channel 5 is on channel 5, and channel 6.1 and 6.2 are on 6.1 and 6.2. So that's where the Spanish stuff is at our house here, anyhow. Okay, so good to hear from you, and hopefully you'll be able to, somebody will be able to get that technology working for you there. So 7-3, and have a good evening. I forgot to mention one item. When we attend the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club meetings in person at the Pilgrim United Church, as a token of appreciation of their letting us use their facility, we are asking members to bring one canned good food item. Anything except for some reason they don't need tomato sauce, so don't bring any tomato sauce or tomato paste. I guess they have an overabundance of that. That'll be October 8th, if you remember. So, okay, so let's see who's next on the list here. W8EZT, wait a minute, let's see, is that right? Yeah, W8EZT, go ahead, Frank.
And thanks for what you did for the marathon this weekend. I know I passed you on the trail a couple of times, towpath trail, and you were busy working and keeping the hydration available for those runners, the ones at the back of the pack. I think and I could be mistaken here, but I think the request was that we have no tomato soup, not tomato paste or tomato sauce. I thought it was tomato soup. I could be wrong. I know there's a lot of sugar in tomato soup, and maybe that's what they're trying to keep going there. Don't have a lot to add tonight. We are at the club meeting in October. Bruce is going to be doing a presentation on Logbook of the World. If you're a new ham or you just got your general class license, this is one way that a lot of electronic QSLs are being exchanged these days. Bruce will be talking about the process of validating and verifying yourself to the ARRL via Logbook of the World and how the system works. I may also have my mag loop antenna back in there. Hopefully I can do a real quick demo at the end. No promises now. I'm still working on it. We'll see how things go. That's basically about it. Otherwise, I don't have a whole lot to add. I'm enjoying this fantastic weather, cleaning things out. Clubhouse is doing well, and we're expecting to get the windows replaced in the next week or two. And it looks like the living room is now starting to clear out. It's not empty yet, but we should be able to start holding meetings and educational sessions down in the living room in the next month or two. We should get a projector and a screen up there when we get a chance. That's all I got, John. We'll hand it back to you. Thanks for doing the net. We'll catch you on 17 meters tonight, 18127, about 9:30. Back to net, W8EZT.
Repeater, timeout. Time, repeater, out.
You didn't really time it out. Okay, Frank, very good. That's tomato soup, I guess, is the correct tomato item not to bring a canned good. item for us. So very good. And let's see. Yeah, that I sent you an email about that, about your projector and so forth in the living room. So very good. Okay, so next on the list was KF8 EPB. Go ahead, Brian or Dan. Go ahead. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 8 Echo Papa Bravo. Good evening to everyone on the net. I want to make sure everyone's doing good. And I went to the Ham Fest this weekend. I met up with I met a couple of the members there. Good to see you guys. I picked up a little Chinese radio for $25, a QYT little mobile radio, but I'm using it as a base. And I picked up a Daiwa antenna switch for like $5. So right now I'm using the radio. Hopefully I sound okay. It's a little bit more power than I had before. The new antenna sounds great up there, except for Frank. I think his mic might be messed up or something. I'm not sure, but I hear everyone great. And that's about all I got for tonight. I hope to see everyone maybe at the meeting. I'll see if I can make it over there, and I'll see if I can get my... This is KF8 EPB back to net.
Okay, KF8 EPB. You dropped out for a second there. Maybe the radio might have a timeout on it.
Roger, I think you're right. I think I need to just learning the radio, so I probably need to go through the settings. I probably timed out there. But yeah, I hope to see everyone on 17 meters. And John, I heard you check in up there at the Hamfest, but I never got to see you. This is KF8 EPB back to net.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah, the guy thought I said W8VPV. So I had to emphasize the O, and the Oscar. So he got it then. So yeah, that was fun. And one of the other guys that I know, let's see, TNF, Chris, he was lucky number 13, but he didn't win anything. So, okay, very good. We'll hope to see you at the meeting there. So we'll clear with KF8 EPB. So this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor with John W8VPV at the mic asking for check-ins.
K8HMS.
K8HMS, we got you, Steve. We'll get back with you in a moment. Another check-in, please.
K8WTK.
K8WTK. Bill, we'll get back with you in a moment. Another check-in, please.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Alpha X-Ray Mike, with Rick in West Akron, in and out tonight.
Okay, AXM, we have you in and out. Thanks for checking in. 73, and have a good evening. Another check-in, please.
KE8 KVI, Ron, in and out.
KE8 KVI, thanks for checking in, Ron. I have you in and out. And there was somebody else along in there.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha Victor Delta, in and out.
KF8 AVD, I have you in and out. Thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Another check-in, please.
Kilo Echo 8, Uniform Lima Charlie, Kurt in Cuyahoga Falls.
KE8 ULC, Kurt. We'll get back with you in a moment. And let's see. I'll take one more. Okay, you're going to have to either increase your elevation or your power, or maybe both. Try it again. No, you're not able to make it into the repeater here, so sorry. So thanks for trying, though. Okay, we'll take one more check-in.
KE8TQR.
KE8TQR. Okay, Keith, we'll get back with you in a minute here or so. So let's see, let's go up to Steve, K8HMS. Go ahead, Steve, with your comments. This is Whiskey 8, Victor, Papa Victor.
Just checking, I'm on the 440 side. You got me okay?
Yeah, you're a little noisy, but you're coming in okay.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Thank you. Nothing new now. Just really enjoying this weather. I'll tell you what, it could stay like this till next. Anyway, that's it. Back to you there, W8VPV, KHMS.
Okay, Steve, very good. Yeah, you dropped out for a second here and there, but we got your message there about liking the weather here. So yeah, this is just about perfect. So thanks for checking in, 73, and maybe we'll hear you on 17 meters, 18.127 megahertz at 9:30, starting at 9:30. Okay, let's see. So next is Bill, K8WTK. Go ahead, Bill, with your comments. This is Whiskey 8, Victor, Papa Victor.
W8VPV, K8WTK. It's Bill and Talmadge. Not much going on here, John. Like everybody else, loving the weather. We moved a bunch of stone today in the pickup truck. Hauled down the road, dug out a hillside to build a building, and lots of stone. I'm getting from him down there to work with the model trains in the backyard. Went to the Hamfest up in Cleveland. Hadn't been to a Hamfest in a long time. Really had a good time. A lot of neat stuff. If this were 20 years ago, there's a lot of good buys up there this time. So, other than that, back to net. W8VPV, K8WTK.
Okay, Bill, very good. Well, it sounds like your train setup there is getting some supplies there, so very good. And yeah, there was a lot of good stuff at the Hamfest there yesterday, that's for sure. Okay, so let's see. Next on the list is Kurt, KE8ULC. Go ahead, Kurt, with your comments.
W03X is KE8ULC. This last week, I had my Medicare Aetna Part C and D stop by to do a home health checkup. And what they did was a memory test. And I'm proud to say that I passed it at 100%. At the beginning, they asked to remember 3 words: chair, banana, and sunrise. Later on, they asked me to draw a circle and put in 11 o'clock, and then 10 after 11 o'clock. I'm happy to say that I sat in a chair at sunrise and ate my banana at 11 o'clock, and they were pleased. For the public service announcement, know that there's a intestinal bug going around. My granddaughter had it, my wife had it, my daughter had it, so wash your hands, please. Back to you, W03X.
Yeah, okay, Kurt. Our PCP for the annual visit, well, he did that with me, and what I did was thought up a story, you know. So that's a lot of fun doing those memory tests there. Yeah, they were talking about something on the news there about listeria or something. So yeah, wash the hands there. That's good. Thanks. Okay, have a good evening there, Kurt. So that takes us down to Keith, KE8TQR. Go ahead, Keith, with your comments. This is John, W03X, at the mic for Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor.
W8VPV, this is KE8TQR. Good evening, John. Thanks for letting me into the net tonight. Good evening to everyone else here on the net. I have to say, John, the repeater sounds really good over here in Uniontown. It even sounds wonderful over on the 444 side. I didn't get a chance to get in here last Monday night, so this is the first I've heard it, and it does sound a whole heck of a lot better. So other than that, I had a quiet weekend here. I have decided, because when I put the tower up here a year ago, I wanted to put conduit in to run the coax through from the tower to the house, but I never got the conduit in, so I did have a trench built, put in, and the coax has just been lying in the trench. So here yesterday I decided, let's get the conduit in. It's all been sitting out in the garage. So I started on that yesterday. I pulled the coax out of the trench. A little bit of trench is left because it's almost filled in. And yesterday and today I went ahead and got the trench dug a little deeper, a little wider, and I'll start putting that conduit in here probably tomorrow. See how long that takes me. But I wanted to get that in before the snow flies. That'll be about all I got to do outside. The weather's been wonderful. We haven't had all that much rain, so the grass still isn't growing. Just knows it's dead, I think. I've seen people mowing their lawns, but I'm trying to figure out why. I think you're just killing it when you run over it with a tractor. But that's my opinion. And that's about all I got. Like I said, the repeater sounds great. Thanks for running the net tonight, John. And hope everyone has a great evening, great rest of the week. So I'll send this back to Net Control. This is KE8TQR, saying 73, and God bless.
Yeah, very good, Keith. I haven't run the lawnmower for a while now. Really no need. The running the tractor on it probably does smash it down, break it off. Let's see. Do you have a 17-meter capability?
Roger on that, John. I'll be there.
Okay, that'll be 18.127 megahertz, upper sideband. Okay, thanks for checking in, 73, and hope to hear you on 17 meters. Let's see, so that takes us to the bottom of the list. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor with John W03X at the mic asking for check-ins.
KE8CPX, Jesse New Franklin, in and out.
Okay, Jeff, I got you there. Thanks for checking in, and I have you in and out. Have a good evening. Okay, Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for check-ins.
KE8ULA, Leo and Stowe.
KE8ULA, go ahead.
Good evening, John. Good evening, everyone on the net. Just wanted to say the new antenna on that repeater sounds great. Here, you got my meter pegged over at this end. Appreciate all the work you guys do to keep this net going. Back to the net, KE8ULA.
Okay, Leo, very good. Thanks for the information about the repeater there. Very good, thanks. Let's see. So have a good evening there, and I hope to hear you on this net next time. Okay, this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for check-ins.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Yankee Mike, Kevin in Monroe Falls.
Let's see, was that Kilo, was that KF8?
Affirmative.
Yeah, go ahead with your comments.
Just wanted to say thanks for running the net. Been listening to you guys on the little Chinese handheld for a while now, and had a chance to make it out to Hamfest this week and pick up a new ICOM radio. And just had my technician license, passed that about a week and a half ago, so first time tuning into the net, being able to talk to you guys, and just want to say thanks for hosting this, and good to talk to everybody, and have a great night.
Okay, very good. Well, thanks for checking in, and to hear you next week there. Okay, are there any other check-ins for the Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor VHF UHF net? Please call now. Okay, not hearing any. I'll repeat the announcements. Then I'll give one last call for check-ins. Okay, starting on October 5th, Sunday, October 5th, is the technician license class. So check that out by going to www.cfarc.org and sign up for that and find out what additional, it's all online, but you may need additional material for the course. It runs for probably six Sundays. So check that out and then get your technician license. And then in January 2026 is the general license class. So you can be on the air on the HF bands by the time you take that general license class and pass the test. So let's see. Vince AC8XO mentioned to get your newsletter articles in. Tomorrow's the deadline, so send them to newsletter editor. That's one word, newsletter editor at cfarc.org. And like I said, tomorrow's the deadline for that. Let's see, we'll be having an in-person meeting on Wednesday, October 8th, and that will be at the Pilgrim United Church, which has a listed address of 130 Broad Boulevard in Cuyahoga Falls, but you go to the meeting by going to the parking lot, which is on 2nd Street just south of Broad Boulevard, and then enter the building. The entrance is off the corner of the parking lot. We're asking members to bring a canned food item as a token of appreciation for their letting us use their facility for our meeting. Any canned good item is welcome, except for some reason they don't want tomato soup. So keep that in mind when you're making your choice of what you're going to bring as a contribution. Again, that'll be October 8th, and the meeting starts at 7:30. Now, if you can't attend in person, you can be an active participant on Zoom. So go to www.cfarc.org when it starts to get close to October 8th, and scroll down the right side of the page, and you'll see October 8th, and there'll be a link for the Zoom meeting. So click on that, and then you can be an active participant in our October 8th meeting, which starts at 7:30 for both in person and on Zoom. Okay, December 3rd is the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Christmas dinner, and so reserve that date. That's December 3rd. That's a Wednesday, and it was the only date available, so that's how it ended up being so early in December. That's December 3rd, and at the New Era Restaurant. And so mark that on your calendar there, December 3rd. Okay, that's all that I have in the way of announcements. So this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor with John W8VPV at the mic. Last call for check-ins. Okay, I hear somebody trying. You had enough power to keep the repeater up, but there was too much background noise to be able to hear anything. But I'll mark you down here as a check-in. Try it again there. Maybe I can catch a letter or two of your call sign. Okay, I think I copied a foxtrot, so I'll put that down. So thanks for checking in and giving it a good try there. So we'll ask for any more check-ins. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor, last call for check-ins. Okay, not hearing any more. In preparing to close this net, I would like to thank all of you who took the time to join us and check in tonight. Without your participation, there would be no net. This has been John, and my call is W8VPV, and it's been my pleasure to host this evening's net. At this time, I will close the net with 18 check-ins counting myself, and return the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor closing the net at 9:16 p.m. local time. 7-3. The band exploration net will follow at 9:30 p.m. this evening, and it will be on 18.127 megahertz upper sideband. This is W8VPV.